Hello, Combat here, and welcome back to another Marvel Smart video. In this video, we're just going to take a quick look over this upcoming season. We'll look at the Battle Pass, we'll look at what cards are coming out, we'll look at the Spotlight catches, we'll rate which one of the cards I think will be best. Obviously, I've got a terrible track record at this. I'm more leaning towards what cards I think will be more fun for me, generally, as well as trying to take into account how well it'll be. And then we'll look at what Spotlight caches are best to open up if we take out the new cards. So like the Jeff, which Jeff is a great card. There's high evos in there and all kind of stuff. Anyways, let's get into it. So first up, the Battle Pass card. So Baron Zemo, on reveal, recruit the lowest cost card from your opponent's deck to your side of the location. Honestly, I like the idea of this card. Will it be good? We'll find out. But this does open up quite a good opportunity for mill decks, right? You throw Yondu in here. You use the other Baron, so they draw a 6 cost or something like that. You use this. You maybe Absorbing Man it, like it shows in the video. Grandmaster, stuff like that, right? You just Miller deck, Cable, stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see if you can get any work out of that deck. It's definitely a deck that I'll be trying tonight, and if it works, it'll be tomorrow's video. I'm not going to lie, because it's the one I'm most excited about. So Baron, I actually think is going to be okay. Is he going to be meta breaking? No. Is he going to be trash? Possibly. Depends if the archetype works. But honestly, 3/5 is already a decent start. Got a cool effect, right? In a 3/5 plus whatever you pull. Most people aren't going to have really bad cards, right? Say you pull, I don't know, a Kitty or a even, well, yeah, let's say a Kitty or a Stone. I'm trying to think what one that I play a lot of. Nightcrawlers normally in there quite a bit. Hood's probably the worst you can pull, right? Because it's -3 on your side. You do to get a demon if the effect goes off. I'm pretty sure it should. So, let's say on average, you're probably like 3/6, right? Hopefully. Which is fine. Especially with War Machine, you could pull I'm looking at ones, but obviously the likelihood is you'll pull a 2, right? If you pull someone's Jeff, great. Anyways, that's enough on Baron. I think he's going to be a great card. Looking forward to trying him in some mill decks. So we'll get into the card that comes in Spotlight Ashes tonight, which is the Red Hulk. Honestly, first things first, he probably fits into a Thanos deck. He's a big card, right? It just gets bigger. So that should be interesting and fun. But honestly, he seems okay. His effect, I skipped over by accident. When your opponent ends a turn with unspent energy, +4 power if in hand or in play. So from the video it showed, I'm not sure if Glenn or anyone's confirmed it, because I haven't really looked at that. But in the video it showed that you could see that they had Red Hulk in hand, which is interesting. If they can see that you've got Red Hulk, it does make him a little worse, because then they know what they're playing around. But I understand it, because you could get large, right? If you start him in the hand and they skip 1 on 2 because they've had a bad draw, he's already a 6/19. Like, okay. So I think he's going to be okay. He's just another big card. I'm kind of bored of big cards. I don't know if it's just me, but I am sick and tired of boring, big, generic cards. And although he's got a coolish effect, he is still a big card. I would have preferred this if he was a 5, like, I don't know, let's say he was a 5/7 and grew +3 each turn to skip. I'd be more hype on this, because then he'd be a big 5 drop. But a big 6 drop, we've got him. Kind of generic, kind of boring. So, you know, he's okay. And in his Spotlight cache tonight will be Echo and Sebastian Shaw. Honestly, there's some sick variants. I actually like these variants. It's kind of a bad. I think it might be the worst Spotlight this month. Echo, decent card, and Sebastian Shaw is a great card in Surfer. But the limited, like, Echo is a good card if the meta's right. Like, if there's a lot of ongoing stuff, Echo, fantastic card. Surfer deck, Shaw is huge, but it's just kind of limited for me. So this is tonight's Spotlight cache. I'd maybe hold off on this one. I'm not a big fan of telling people to hold off, but I just don't see this Spotlight Cash being all that great tonight. Next week we have US Agent ongoing. 4, 5, and 6 cost cards here have -3 power. There's a 2-3. So if you can put this in a lane with your opponent's 4 cost, he is technically a 2-6, right? Which is kind of nice, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this card. I'm gonna have to give it a go. He probably fits into like a hazmat deck. You know, maybe you have Man Thing in one lane, US Agent in another thing, and you got Luke Cage down. Okay, this seems pretty cool. But again, it feels limited. Like, because it affects you as it should. Like, it means that you really need to rather not play 4, 5, or 6 cost, or make sure that you are running Luke Cage, right? So I'm not sure how I feel about this card. It's probably on the bottom of my list for this month, but we'll get more into how I'm ranking them all at the end. And the Spotlight Cashes with US Agent is, the funny thing is, spoilers, I think he might be one of the worst cards this month, in my opinion, but he might have the best Spotlight, right? Jeff. If you don't have Jeff, this is probably a week that you open, but then again, I'm going to get more into the Spotlights at the end, so I don't want to really talk too much about it, like how I'm ranking them and which ones to offer for. But this is a pretty okay, like Jeff's just a fantastic. Mirage is a decent enough card, especially if you like Loki stuff. Mirage is fantastic. Could be even better with like, there's quite a decent couple of, like if more people have got Jeff, right? Mirage gets a little bit better because if you steal Jeff, it's great. White Widow coming up is also 2. You know, there's a lot of good cards to steal for cheap. We'll see. And then we go into Red Guardian week, which is on reveal affect the lowest power enemy card here with -2 power, remove the text. Honestly, this card is kind of fantastic. I'm glad it's a free because if it was a 2, it could probably be everywhere. 2 is a super flexible spot, so if it's a 2 cost, we'd be in trouble. 3 cost, honestly, what I feel is this might just replace Rogue in any deck that you ran Rogue in, right? There's decks I see people running Rogue in, and I was like, I just don't like it. I just don't see any value in it. So I always took it out. But you put Red Guardian in there instead of that Rogue slot. Yes, you don't get the effect, but even today, so you just cancel it out, right? And you give him -2 power. So I actually like this card. I think it's going to be a really good tech card to be running around with. So we'll see how that goes in the meta. Honestly, we need a Thanos nerf and a meta shake-up, really, to really talk about how the meta is going to go. But like, this card could hit Dracula, Mobius, stuff like that. Maybe Hope. If you get it right, you could hit Hope, right? If you guess correct, or maybe you just get Hope. Well, it's kind of hard to get Hope, right? If you don't get it on turn 3, but maybe if you got priority, you could take it. So you've got a chance to get Hope because she's going to be playing the lane alone, right? And if you're able to get initiative, you can go and steal that before they get any energy. Great. So a possibility of that card. And Red Guardian's Spotlight Cash, sorry, is pretty decent. High Evo, great card. This is why, like, I feel like the Spotlights are kind of balanced. There seems to be one decent card in most weeks and then one below average trash card, like Lady Deathstrike. Honestly, I wish she was better. I like the effect of Lady Deathstrike, but you never get any plays. But High Evo, fantastic card, great card. That alone with oh my god, what's his name? Red Guardian could be enough to be one of the better pack pulls this month. Next up we have White Widow. Card I'm kind of excited about as well. Honestly, I think this could be the best card of the month. 2/2. On reveal, add Widow's Kiss to your opponent's hand. The Widow's Kiss is a 0/0, but has an ongoing. This has -4 power if they don't have 4 cards there, right? So it's just a clog with no downside. It literally doesn't have a single downside. Because if they manage to fill up their lane and stop you from putting White Widow down, right? Who cares, right? You're a 2/2, okay? You can force people into that lane, right? Your Widow's Kiss here, maybe you put this in like the hazmat like type deck, right? You throw this in there, you throw a man thing in that lane or something like that. Makes everything small. They're going to play small stuff to fill up that lane probably, and there's a lot of minus power there. Great stuff. Honestly, I think it could be fantastic. I'm looking forward to trying some of this White Widow stuff out. Next up, we have White Widow's Spotlight Caches. These are some amazing variants. So we've got Snow Card, which is a Loki card. Outside of that, not very good. So, And Nico is super good, flexible card. I like Nico. Nico, again, this is one average card, Snow Guard, good card, Nico. Again, so they've got the Spotlights kind of like, and the variants are sick. So this is a pretty okay week because I rate White Widow and I love Nico. She's one of my favorite one drops, so she's super flexible. Then we have Valentina. On reveal, add a random 6 cost to your hand and give it -2 cost and -3 power. Energy Cheating Marvel Snarf, generally been fantastic, right? So this could be a good card, but again, high roll, RNG. Let's say you get Magneto, right? That's a 4/9. Hell yeah. So you get a Doom. Okay. It's a 4/2 on your lane and 5 on the other lanes. So you get, let's high roll. You get Hela, right? It's a 4/3. You're not playing it, right? Because you're not discarding. But then again, she's a 2/3. Like, there is downside to it in RNG, but at the same time, you put her in a Loki deck, you put her in a collector deck. You don't really honestly care if you get a good 6. Great. If you're not, who cares, right? She's done a job. She's a 2/3 down. She buffs the collector. She gives you a Loki card, something like that. She gives you a Dino card if you're playing Dino, stuff like that, right? Because she's a 2/3, she's already a decent enough cost card. Obviously, if you put Quinjet, it's free cost 6 drop, yeah? So, yes, she's going to be pretty good. And her Spotlight Cache, Blob, good card. Null is okay card. He should not be in Spotlight Caches. This is the one thing that I dislike right now, is that Null is still in Spotlight Caches. I'm not very critical of Second Dinner because I like to give him the benefit of the doubt and let him cook it, if you will, and just get to where they want to be. But Null still being a Series 4 card, and I might be wrong here, but I think he might be the most the card with the highest Spotlight appearances, which is crazy. If he was a great card, like a great card that could fit in a load of decks, then I'd be okay with it, right? But he fits in like one deck, and he's probably been in the Spotlight Caches more than anyone else. Probably a couple more times than most people as well, which annoys me. Okay, but that's enough raging for that. So this one, I'm gonna rate the cards for this month, how I think they're gonna go. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments how you're gonna rate these cards. So I have White Widow at the top because Clog's already in a good spot. Junk Clog stuff's already in a good spot. And she kind of doesn't have any downside to just have real with downside. And you can take advantage of forcing people to play in that lane, which is great. Then second up we have Valentina. Random card. Random cheap 6 cost. Can't go wrong. Loki's already a decent enough deck, right? So you add another card. That you could probably, like, if you go Quinjet into Valentina, you could play that 6 drop and turn 3, which is fantastic. Gets you ahead, gets some good tempo, amazing. Then I've got Baron as 3. This might just be copium, just because I'm like excited to play that type of deck. Then we got Red Guardian. Honestly, if I wasn't excited about playing like a mill type deck, Red Guardian would probably go above Baron, but I want to play some mill type stuff, so I've got Baron above there and Red Guardian. I think he's going to be a great little tech card. And then I've got Red Hulk and US Agent. These two are probably close in my list of I don't care. I've got Red Hulk just above it because I feel like he's going to be a little bit more useful. And if Thanos doesn't get nerfed, he's going to slot in there. He could also just be a great card in Hela stuff, right? So he's going to be in there, but I'm just over big cards. And then US Agent, I just don't see it. I just don't. Like, I had high hopes of Man Thing. And he didn't do it. And then US Agent, I know he attacks higher cost stuff, but I just don't see it. I just can't. I'm sorry, US Agent. And then I'm gonna rate the Spotlight weeks. So I've got US Agent up here, quite heavily up. Because he's in there with Jeff, right? I rate Jeff probably out of all the cards in the Spotlight, I think Jeff's probably the best card in here. Super flexible, play him in any deck, best 2 cost in the game, right? So I've kind of put the US Agent Spotlight week as the highest priority, which is the 9th of April week. And then I've got Red Guardian up second, mainly for high evo, right? This is kind of, if you take out these cards, like take out the new cards, I'm looking at what's outside of them. So the other 2 cards in there, which is high evo. I reckon that's a fantastic card. White Widow, Nico, again, super flexible card. Probably my 3rd choice. Snowgat, okay card. And Valentina is a 4th choice because of Blob and Null. I expect most people to have Null, so Null's not really into the effect. And Blob is an okay card. If Thanos doesn't get nerfed, this probably goes up a little bit. But because she's the 30th of April, if there hasn't been a Thanos nerf by the end of April, we've got bigger issues than opening Blob. And then lastly, I've got the Red Hull week, which is tonight. Sebastian Shaw and Echo, okay cards, but I like my cards to be flexible. I don't want to tell people to open a Spotlight cache for a card. Like, if you love Surfer, this Red Hull week is your way, right? Because Sebastian Shaw is probably one of the best Surfer cards, probably just behind Brood. But honestly, outside of that, no. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will catch you later tonight for some deck videos for the new card. Peace.